I'm here with Stuart King by Gate 37. Now you're co-director of the
Turf Legends,
Turf Legends,
the racing clothing company.
And I think you've got one of your examples on today of Desert Orchid.
Desert Orchid on today, as we can see there proudly on the sleeve.
Could you give us a bit of a brief intro about your company?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Turf Legends was started because we're racing fans, and we have no clothing, whereas all the other sports, such as rugby, football, you name it,
have a sort of uniform.
Have a uniform and clothing. So we thought we'd strike back for racing. So we started out by making replicas of the racing colours. Hence, I'm wearing Desert Orchid today. And that's kind of grown by demand to, we're now producing a whole fashion range with a racing theme, so we've moved away from the sporting colours, although we still produce them.
When did you start?
We started in 2008 for the Paddy Power, the November meet at Cheltenham.
So quite recently?
Yeah, we've been going fairly recently.
And do you exhibit at the races your clothes? Where can you buy them, basically?
Okay, you can buy via the internet, via our website, but also we wholesale to a lot of high street retailers now, which again is a good thing for racing. It puts racing in the shop windows across the high street.
Yeah, to a wider audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we started out really on our own, trying to strike out, and a lot of retailers picked up on what we're doing and said, oh, can we stock some of that? That looks quite good, and we went from there into wholesaling. So
obviously you're wearing Desert Orchid today. What are the other popular shirts that fly
the other silks that we do? The whole ethos of the company really was to people to remember the great horses. Yeah. So we go back as far as Golden Miller, which is 1934.
Okay.
It's just quite
before my time.
Yeah, mine too. I hasten to add.
Yes.
But obviously, there's some fantastic racehorses. Arkle, for example. Now, a lot of people talk about Arkle, but not many people know what colours he rode in, for example. So we've produced Arkle's colours, so people can strike back and do their little bit for their favourite horses and learn a bit about them. Every shirt that we supply has a little book with it, which tells you all about what the horse did.
A brief history of
absolutely.
Milestones and races.
What the horse achieved, yeah. Because there's a lot of people, certainly our generation, and I include myself in the same generation as you there, don't know a great deal about the horses. They're just names that we've heard. So we've researched them a little bit and tell the story to people.
Now, do you do any of the current horses? Like, I know last Cheltenham Festival there was lots of scarves with Denman or Cato Star.
We were very tempted, and a lot of people said, will you be doing a Denman, will you be doing a Quarter, will you do an Imperial Commander? And we kind of stayed away from that because we're really about the heritage of it. And if we started doing contemporary horses, I think it's better to reflect on some of the great horses rather than to really hype them
cash
up.
in on the new ones, so to speak.
So all our horses, I think the most recent one that we have is probably Dawn Run.
What year was that?
Dawn Run was 86.
And what was his sort of milestone key?
Dawn Run was the only mare who won the Champion Hurdle and the Gold Cup. Excuse me, my telephone's ringing.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. We have to account for every possibility.
Yes, absolutely. So that's how we started as a clothing for race goers to celebrate the sport. And as I said, once we started wholesaling to the high street retailers, we said, we really know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's a great idea. So.
We like the brand. The name Turf Legends seems to have quite good connotations.
Yeah.
So we then went into the wholesale side of it and started producing more fashionable items. So we do polo shirts and t-shirts now, and I think the thing's really taken off.
I wish you all the success with it,
Thank
really.
you. Yeah.
And now, as we're at Cheltenham, you also work here on the different gates. Can you give us a brief run through of what the duties are on the day? Well,
my history at Cheltenham has been quite a long and varied one. I started out by painting the benches one day. I came in and saw Abel Gillespie and said, look, I love racing.
And I think you can,
I'd really love
the benches
to.
Here.
Yeah.
Do you know how many there are?
I don't, but I can tell you there's an awful lot of them. Then it went from mucking out horses in the stables after racing, which was a great experience. Cheltenham's got such a great tradition of great horses. Then I've done jockey pickup, so when they fall off the horse,
you drive out.
I drive out, pick them up, take them back to the weighing room, and now I'm on gate 37, which is making sure the horses get to the course safely in one piece.
So you also have to change the
rail configuration. So once the horses have gone past down to the start, then it's a question of putting the rail back in place so that everything can run smoothly.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
All right.